welcome back to another video. This is Bruna. Today, as you can see, I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful and intriguing and super cute square. I really wanted to make a solid flower square, and this is what I came up. This is actually my pattern, my own pattn. I've came up with this one and I think I did a really good job. What do you think about it? So the middle will always be in yellow. So I have this yarn here. This is a cotton super soft yarn. This one is the Donny by Teslan.com. I am mixing because I don't have all the shades for Genesis, but I really wanted to use Genesis for this one because check the shades out. It's the most beautiful yarn I ever seen in my life. It's not a normal yarn like cotton or acrylic. It's kind of like corded, so it's super cool, and I really wanted to use in this particular project that I'm doing and ending this square too. So the two shades of Genesis I have here, Naturale and Arancio, and this yarn is 75% cotton and 25% silk, so it's pretty different. And then with the yarns, I'm going to be using a 4mm hook, a small pair of scissors, and a tapestry needle. So these are all the materials. Now let's begin with this incredible square. So I'm going to be starting right in the middle of the square with the yellow yarn. So I'm going to be starting with a slip knot, and then I'm going to be chaining 4. Once you have the chain 4, go ahead and slip stitch into that very first chain to create a ring. If you don't like using the chain ring, you can also use a magic ring, but I think that the finishing detail for the middle, it looks better with this one. I've tried both, but I think the chain little ring looks better for this flower. So now you're going to chain 1, in which it doesn't count as a stitch, and then into the ring we are going to be creating single crochets, and in total you should have 12 single crochets going around the ring. So now you can always go back and count to see which one was the first single crochet you've created. So I like to do that. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 is this one right here. So go into the very first single crochet, and then you're going to slip stitch both sides together. I close the ring in the middle right at the end when I do the weave in, because you can just pull this nice and tight and close as much as you want, and I close it completely, as you can see. So now we can actually chain 1, cut off the yarn and fasten off, and bring the next shade. It can be any of them. I'm going to be starting with the beige. So for this pattern, for this square, we are going to be working with 2 yarns at the same time, and we are going to be swapping between the yarns every time we have to change into the next shade. That's why it's a little bit different. So you can see that I'm fitting the orange through the stitches of the beige. So with the beige, go ahead and make a slip knot, and we are going to be attaching this yarn into any stitch around the ring. I'm going to be doing into this one right here, just right after the slip stitch. Insert into die stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. So I like to attach my yarns with a single crochet, and then I'm going to chain 3, will count as the very first stitch. So now it's when we have to prepare the other yarn, so make sure that you have the end of the other yarn so you can change into the next shade, because we are going to already start changing from round number 2. You can see here. So to change from beige to orange, the very beginning here, you're going to first create the first part of a double crochet. If you don't know how to do that, then you're going to just wrap the yarn around the hook, insert into that same stitch where you did the single crochet, you're going to pull up a loop. Now you're gonna have the 3 loops on the hook, so this is the beginning of a double crochet, and all you have to do for changing into the next shade, it's yarning over and pulling through 2 loops, and then you're going to be keeping these 2 loops here on the hook. You're going to be then releasing the beige, grabbing the orange. I'm going to be leaving about 15 centimeters because I do like to have enough yarn to weave in at the end. And then all you have to do is to hook that yarn and then pass it through both loops to finish that double crochet off. So now let's hold the orange, because this is the one that we are going to be using now, and let's put the beige just behind our work, because we do have to feed the beige into the stitches or the orange when we are not using them, because then they are gonna go around the project and it's going to be easier to grab them and go as we crochet. So now for the next stitch we are going to do with the orange, because we did transition into the orange. So we are going to be wrapping the yarn around the hook. We are going to go into the next stitch. We are going to then pull up a loop. It's the same as we did into this very first double crochet. So then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, keeping those 2 last stitches on the hook, because now we are going to be doing 2 of the beige and 1 of the orange. So now you're going to be releasing the orange. You can just place it at the front if you want, and then grabbing the beige, and then you're going to be completing this double crochet with the beige. So now we have to do 2 double crochets with the beige, but the second double crochet we have to change into the orange. So going to the next stitch of the round, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So this first double crochet is going to be a complete double crochet. Now the second one, because we have to transition from this to orange, we are going to be doing just the very first part. So yarn over and pull through 2 and keep the last 2 loops on the hook of the double crochet. Now you're going to be releasing the beige and you're going to be grabbing the orange. You want to make it just a little bit tight. As you can see, it did move. And then we are going to be finishing off this double crochet with the orange. So now we have to do 1 with the orange, 1 double crochet, but we are not going to finish it off, the double crochet, because we have to transition already for the next shade. Create the first part of a double crochet with the orange, yarn over, pull through 2, keeping those 2 last stitches on the hook, and then you're going to be moving the orange to the front. This maintains your work nice and neat and is not going to twist the yarn. And then with the beige, you're going to finish it off this double crochet. So now I'm going to repeat the same all the way around. So I'm going to do 2 double crochets with the beige and 1 double crochet with the orange. So as you can see now, I'm going to be doing my last stitch, and my last one is going to be 1 double crochet and it's going to be with the orange. So I'm going to be going into this last stitch, then I'm going to wrap the yarn around the hook and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and you want to finish it off with the beige on the hook so that we can slip stitch into the other side. So I'm going to drop the orange, finish it off this double crochet with the beige, and now I can just let me move all these ends because it's on the way. And now we have this chain right at the beginning. So I have the single crochet and the 2 chains. Go into the second chain, you're going to pull up a loop, and then you go into slip stitch. So here we have the second round now completed. So now we are going to be adding more double crochets on top of these with the corresponding shade right on top. So first let's chain 3 to begin. So now we are going to prepare for a double crochet. Make sure that the orange it's at the back so that we can feed already at the back and into this double crochet, as you can see. And then we are going to be doing a double crochet into this very first stitch where we did the slip stitch, and this chain counts as 1 stitch as a double crochet. So now into the next stitch the second one of the beige, we are going to be doing 2 double crochets, but into the second double crochet, the last one in this case, because we have 4 stitches here, we are going to be changing from beige to orange. So let's change to orange, and now we are going to be making 2 double crochets with the orange, and the second one we are going to be changing into the beige, just like this. And now we can repeat again. So it's going to be 4 double crochets where we have the beige, and then 2 double crochets where we have the orange. So 2 double crochets into the next stitch, and then 2 double crochets into the following stitch, but then the last double crochet we are going to be changing into the orange, and now we can do 2 double crochets into the next stitch where we have the orange. And that's what we are going to be doing all the way around and changing where we have to change. So as you can see, I got here at the end, I've changed already into orange, and now I'm going to be finishing into this last stitch with 2 double crochets, but remember that the last one will always be changed into beige, because we have to slip stitch here to the other side with the beige. So now we can move into the next round, in which is round number 4 now. And we are going to, oopsie, why did I get the orange? So with the beige, chain 3, make sure that the orange is already at the back so that we can feed the orange into here the double crochets. You are going to now just keep with 4 double crochets for all the rest of the rounds that we are going to be adding the flower, because we are going to be adding all the rest of the increases into the orange stitches, not the beige anymore. So you're gonna go into the next stitch. The next stitch is not the one that you did the slip stitch, is this one, the following stitch. So you're basically going to be skipping this one because that one is already for the chain. So going to the next stitch, and then double crochet, and then double crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then the last one you are going to be changing into orange. There we go. So now when you get into the orange, we are now going to be adding 2 double crochets into these 2 stitches. So going to the next stitch, and then work 2 double crochets into that stitch, and then into the next stitch, 2 double crochets, but then the last one we are going to be changing into brown so that we can carry on with the pattern. So where we have the orange, we keep orange. Where we have the beige, we keep beige. Did I say brown? If I did, that was a mistake. It's beige. So now we are going to be following what we have into the beige, and we are going to be making 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches with the beige yarn. And then the last one, we are going to change into orange. And then when you get into the orange, it's going to be 2 double crochets into the next 2 stitches where you have the orange. And then you can just keep on repeating the same steps all the way around. So I'm going to be doing that, and then I'll meet you right at the end. So now I'm changing here into the orange to finish it off this round. So I'm going to finish it off with 2 double crochets into these last 2 stitches. But remember that the last double crochet of the round has to always be finished with the beige, so that we can slip stitch now into the other side with the beige and already start this round, the next one. So this is going to be the last round with the petals. So I'm going to be starting with the chain of 3. Make sure that the orange is at the back, creating 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. Here where we have the beige. And then the last one, we are going to be changing into the orange. Now the stitches will be different. We are not going to be following what we have here. We are going to be creating kind of like a little round effect, just like this. So the petal is going to be rounded, because if we leave it straight, it's going to look like this. We want it to look round. The next stitch is going to be with a single crochet. The following one is going to be into the next stitch. We are going to be doing a half double crochet and a double crochet into that same stitch, and then into the following stitch we are going to be doing a double crochet and a half double crochet into that same stitch. The half double crochet, you're going to be doing the first part of a double crochet, and all you have to do is to yarn over and pull through all the loops together like this. And now for the last stitch here of the orange, you are going to be doing the first part of the single crochet, and then you're going to be changing into the beige so that you can carry on with the pattern. So now where you have the beige, you're going to be still following the same steps, creating the 4 double crochets. So 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches here with the beige, and then the last one you are going to be changing to orange. And now I'm going to be doing exactly the same as I did into this other petal, the first petal. So the next stitch is going to be a single crochet. The following stitch, into the same stitch, we are going to be doing a half double crochet and a double crochet. So those two into one stitch, and then the following one is going to be a double crochet and a half double crochet into that same stitch. And then the last one is going to be a single crochet, but then you're going to be changing into beige to carry on. And this is round number 5, and I'm going to be repeating the same steps all the way around, and then I'll meet you right at the end. So now I got here at the end of round number 5, and I'm just finishing this one off. Just have to do the half double crochet now, and then I'm going to do into that last stitch, we have the orange. So you do a single crochet, but you're going to finish it off with the beige as always. And then we are going to slip stitch into the chain 3, just like that. Now we are basically done with the flower, so we can cut off the orange. I leave enough yarn for a good weave-in. These are the petals. It's the last round that we are going to be adding the petals. Now it's where we add the square, the 2 rounds of square around the flower. So we are going to be starting with a chain of 3. So now work 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's going to be the very first one here where the orange is. And now you're going to be doing 4 single crochets. So 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now I'm going to be doing 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then into the following stitch we are going to be doing a corner. So for the corner is going to be 2 double crochets all into the same stitch. So 2 double crochets, a chain of 2, and 2 double crochets. Now we are going to be doing 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we are going to be doing 1 half double crochet into the next 6 stitches. So for a half double crochet, you're going to wrap the yarn around the hook. You're going to go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all loops. So that's a half double crochet. And then you are going to be doing that into 6 stitches right after this single crochet. And by doing the half double crochets instead of double crochets is going to maintain here the square really nice and square basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the last one, 6. So now we are going to be doing 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. So 2, 3, and 4. So now into the following one is going to be a corner. So it's going to be 2 double crochets, a chain of 2, and 2 double crochets. There we go. So next corner completed. Now we are going to be basically repeating what we've done from the beginning all the way to this point, all the way around. So we're going to be having 2 more corners, and then this is going to be right here on this side, and then what we've done on this other side is going to be here on the opposite side. So now we are going to be doing 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. Now 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. Now 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. And now we do the 3rd corner. So 2 double crochets, a chain of 2, and 2 double crochets, all into the same stitch. So now we do 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches, and then 1 half double crochet into the next 6 stitches. And then now to finish it off, we are going to be doing 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. And then now here at the end, we are going to be having 1 last stitch. This is going to be our last corner. So it's going to be 2 double crochets, a chain of 2, and 2 double crochets, all into the last stitch. And now all we have to do is to slip stitch to the other side. And now we can begin the next and last round. So starting with the chain of 2, this one counts as the first stitch, the same as here, the chain 3, that was the first stitch. And now all you have to do is to half double crochet into every stitch until you reach the very first chain 2 space. Make sure that you get those stitches where you have the corner here too, the double crochets. So we are counting all those stitches. You can see I have covered the first double crochet of the corner. Here we have the second double crochet with half double crochet, and now we are going to go into the chain 2 space, and then we are going to be doing the corner, but instead of the double crochets we are going to be following here with the half double crochets. So into the chain 2 you're going to be doing 2 half double crochets, a chain of 2 and 2 half double crochets. And now that is the first stitch. Go into that with a half double crochet, and then half double crochet all the way to the other side, and then corner on top of corner. So we are following the same steps. So go into the next corner, make sure that you get all the stitches of the corner 2. Now into the chain 2 space you're going to be doing another corner, but it's going to be with half double crochets. So 2 half double crochets, a chain of 2 and 2 half double crochets into that chain 2 space. So now you're going to be repeating the same steps all the way around, and then I'll meet you when I get into the chain 2 right at the end. So once I've done the last corner, as you can see, on top of the last chain 2, so now I got the 2 last stitches. All you have to do in here is to half double crochet, so 1 half double crochet into the last 2 stitches, and then you are going to slip stitch into the chain 2 here on the other side, just like that, chain 1, then we can cut off the yarn and then fasten off, and now we can do all the weave-ins. So let's do the middle first and then one of the other weave-ins. So the middle, you want to first pull nice and tight like this until it's completely closed, and then you're going to thread this yarn into your tapestry needle, and then you are going to basically go back and forth doing your weave-in, hiding this yarn right here until you see that the little gap, it's super nice and closed and tight. So I like this. So now what you're gonna do is skip the first loop at the beginning and then move to the other side, sewing the other direction like this, and then you're going to be skipping the first loop on this side and then move to the other direction, sewing into that same spot, and then just do that one more time, skipping the first one and going back. Now this is done, the weave-in is done. You can now cut off the yarn and move on into the following one. So to do the weave-in of the other yarns here at the back, you are basically going to skip one loop at the beginning and then go back into as many stitches as you want. I usually do that many. Then go through those, skip the first one here at the beginning, go back through the same stitches, and then just do one more time. And this should be enough. Now I cut off the yarn and move on into the next weave-in. So I'm going to be doing all the weave-ins and then I will be back to show you the completed square. So here we have both squares now completed, the one that I've done with you guys and the one that I've done previously, the very first one actually, right after finishing writing my pattern and creating the chart that I've created. This is actually the second square of this little pattern. I'm super excited that I was able to share this one with you and that you also wanted to see this. And also, if you end up crocheting and making this square, just the square, or if you make something with it, don't forget to tag me on Instagram so that I can see your creation using this square. I cannot wait to see everything that you guys are going to be doing, and I am also going to be having something coming up very soon using these squares right here, so stay tuned for that because I'm so excited to share that one with you guys. So yeah, this is my little creation, and I'm so happy that I was able to share this one with you. I really hope you guys have enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to leave your massive thumbs up. Check out the links in the description if you want to know more about this, and also check the pattern on Etsy if you are interested as well. I'm going to leave everything in the description. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can watch more videos just like this one. I post every single week, Monday or Friday now, because I'm still like getting used to the schedule, but it's usually every Monday. So thank you so much everyone for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed again this beautiful square. I cannot wait to see all the beautiful creations you guys are going to be making, and I'll see you guys all on my next video. Bye bye everyone.